Welcome back to my channel, and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach, and today we're going to talk about carbs and how to stop carb cravings. First and foremost, carbs are not bad. Carbs are essential for energy, for a healthy diet, and of course for weight loss. But sometimes, a lot of times, myself included, we just crave carbs for no good reason. So we're gonna talk today about 10 ways to stop those carb cravings. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I upload new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget to check out the description box down below where you will find nutrition coaching. I do offer personalized to you macros and calories. Highly, highly recommend. This is how I have lost and maintained a 140-pound weight loss, as well as one-on-one coaching for accountability, to ask questions or talk with me directly. Links and discounts to my favorite healthy things are also down in that description box. So let's go ahead and jump in to how to stop cravings for carbs. We all know what a craving for food feels like. Sometimes we try to stop those cravings and we can do that successfully. And other times the craving is just so strong that we end up giving in. And sometimes when we have a food craving, we overdo it. And we want to be able to control those food cravings to the best of our ability. Cravings are powerful. Cravings for carbs are even more powerful, and there's good reason for that. Sugary carbs increase our feel-good hormone serotonin. So we instantly want that feel-good hormone, that burst of serotonin, and that actually comes from those sugary carbohydrates. Once these cravings start, they're really hard to stop. So there's some things that you can do to stop these food cravings, or at least keep them at bay. Number one is to keep your chips off the table. Foods that are trigger foods for you. Now, this is going to vary from person to person. I'm definitely a sweets person. Any sweet item is going to be a trigger food for me. There are people who crave salty foods like chips, pretzels, and crackers. If you see them, if you smell them, if they are in your vision, you are going to crave them. So any food that is a trigger food for you, keep it out of sight, out of mind. Put it away in the pantry, keep it in the refrigerator, in a cupboard, so that it's not sitting out on your counter. I know for me, if I leave a bowl of candy on my counter, I'm grabbing candy throughout the entire day. If you're a chip lover, leaving a bowl of chips or a bag of chips in sight, it's going to trigger you to crave that food, whether you're hungry or not. So out of sight, out of mind is going to save you a lot of heartache. Number two is something that I recommend to all of my coaching clients, is a rule that I implement into my own life, and that is to always pair your carbohydrates with a source of protein. You need carbs for your health, and our body really thrives on macronutrients being paired together. If you don't know what macronutrients are, they are fats, carbs, and protein. So whether you have a fat and a carb, a fat and a protein, a carb and a protein, you want to make sure that you're having at least two macronutrients paired together, better yet, all three. And this is even more important with carbohydrates. If you're going to have a carb, pair it with a protein. So for example, if you're craving something salty like crackers, chips, or pretzels, pair that with some source of protein. Maybe that's some yogurt, a cheese stick, a hard-boiled egg, or even a meat stick or beef jerky. Pairing those two together is going to help eliminate the need for more carbohydrates. That one serving should satisfy you. When we eat carbs by themselves, it spikes our blood sugar, and then our blood sugar can be on this roller coaster all day long. And we can prevent that by simply pairing our carbohydrates with the protein. Number three, do not criminalize carbs. Carbs are not bad. Carbs are essential. Now, there's a difference between processed carbohydrates and whole grain carbohydrates. Whole grains are going to be things like rolled oats, sprouted bread, potatoes, where we're going to have processed carbohydrates like chips, cookies, candies, rice cakes, that type of thing. When we demonize foods, when we criminalize foods, when we eliminate or restrict foods, it's the number one cause of binge eating disorder, carbohydrates included. So allow yourself to have carbs. Just focus on 80% of the carbs that you're consuming every day to be whole, unprocessed carbs, and then 20% those fun carbs like those chips, cookies, candy, pretzels. Number four, commit to a low carb diet. If you're considering doing keto or cutting out carbohydrates altogether, or eating an unreasonable amount of carbs every day, like 10 to 20 grams per day, think about following more of a lower carb approach to your diet. And I don't even like the word diet. More of a low carb approach lifestyle, maybe 100 to 150 grams of total carbs or less per day. Again, focusing on those whole carbs, those whole grains, those complex carbohydrates versus those processed carbohydrates. And again, pairing those with protein always to balance out your meal. It is proven that following a lower carb approach is more successful than following a lower fat approach to losing weight. When I do macros and calories for my clients, mine is definitely a high protein, moderate carb, moderate fat diet, maybe even veering on the lower carb side, because this is what is proven to be most successful. Even proven for myself, as I've lost 140 pounds following my macros and calories, which was following a lower carb approach. Number 5, and this is a big tip, and that's fill up on fiber. Make sure that your carbs contain fiber, which makes them complex carbs. So processed carbohydrates, fast-acting carbohydrates, things like chips, crackers, cookies, rice cakes, candy, these don't have any fiber. And again, these should be 10 to 20% of our daily intake. 80 to 90% should be nice complex carbs with fiber. Some great sources of complex carbs, again, are rolled oats, sprouted bread, whole grains, fruits, and vegetables. Those are great sources of complex carbs because they all contain fiber. And I get asked a lot, how much fiber should I be eating every day? It is recommended that women eat between 35 and 40 grams of fiber every day. If you can get to 50 grams, even better. And men should consume between 45 and 55, upwards of 60 grams of fiber daily. You can also use a fiber supplement. This is something I implement every day. I actually mix 2 tablespoons of Just Better Fiber into my morning cup of coffee. Speaking of morning cup of coffee, it's right here. 2 tablespoons of Just Better Fiber, 2 tablespoons of collagen is my little cocktail that goes in my coffee. I really like Just Better Fiber because it has no taste, no texture, no grittiness. My husband mixes it in water. You cannot taste it at all, and you're going to get 5 grams of fiber per scoop. And it's just a good way to get things moving in the morning and to make sure you're reaching your fiber goals. So I will actually link Just Better Fiber down below for you with a 10% discount. You can also use this on Subscribe and Save, which is what I do. So you actually get to piggyback your discounts and get an even bigger discount overall. Number 6, go for a brisk 15-minute walk. It's hard to eat a bag of cheese puffs when you're walking, when you're huffing and puffing, and when you're outside moving. Just moving your body for 10 to 15 minutes is going to take your mind off of that craving, no matter what that craving is, salty, sweet, carbs, fats, whatever it is. Moving your body or doing something that takes your mind off of that craving is really beneficial. In fact, there's been a few studies that show that overweight individuals who walked briskly 15 minutes a day had reduced cravings for carbohydrates and sugary carbs overall. It's actually an effective method to reduce your cravings for carbs and sugar, move your body, and lose that excess fat. Number 7, carry a water bottle. Did you know that upwards of 50% of the day when we think we're hungry or when we're having these cravings, we're simply just thirsty? So by having a water bottle in front of you at all times, whenever a craving strikes, regardless of what that craving is, or whenever you think that you're feeling hungry, take a few sips from your water bottle. Oftentimes that hydration is all we need to curb those cravings. Number 8, this is a big one, and I can't tell you how many coaching clients I have that don't do this, and that is do not skip breakfast. You should be eating breakfast every single day. Breakfast stands for breaking your fast from fasting while sleeping. A lot of people think skipping breakfast is the way to lose weight, but on the contrary, skipping your morning meal can actually cause you to overeat more throughout the day, to have excessive cravings, especially for carbohydrates and sugar. Make sure that your breakfast contains at least 20 grams of protein and has some fiber. This is going to set your day up for success. It's going to make it so you're less hungry throughout the day, and definitely so that you have less cravings. Eggs, whole grain toast with milk, or even oatmeal are great ways to start your day and great sources of healthy complex carbohydrates. And don't forget, pair that with some protein and some fiber. Number 9, and this is another big one, eat small frequent meals throughout the day. I personally eat between 6 and 7 meals per day, about every 2 to 3 hours. What you have to remember is your metabolism is like a fire. If you're out camping with your family and you start a fire and you walk away and you go do something else, what happens to the fire? It goes out. Over a period of time, the fire is going to go out, and it goes out quicker than you may think that it's going to go out. That is the same way with your metabolism. It is important to treat your metabolism like a fire. You need to stoke it all day long, and that means eating small frequent meals every 2 to 3 hours. Skipping meals overall can lead you to overeat at the next meal. When we go into the next meal or snack ravenously hungry, that's when we overdo it. We can eliminate that altogether by just eating every 2 to 3 hours and making sure that our meals contain healthy carbohydrates, protein, fiber, and healthy fat. And number 10, sleep those cravings away. I talk about sleep on my channel a lot because it's really, really important for weight loss. What happens when we don't get enough sleep is our body needs energy. We need energy just to make it through our day-to-day activities, not even including exercise, just day-to-day things. Our body needs energy. And when we don't sleep enough and when our body doesn't recoup and that energy isn't rebuilt naturally, our body instantly craves things that give it instant energy. Processed, fast-acting carbs, not complex carbs. Chips, crackers, cookies, candy, sugar in general is what our body's going to crave. And when that happens just biologically, it is extremely, extremely hard to combat those cravings. And that's when we typically give in to them. So make sure that you have a good sleep schedule. Go to bed at the same time most nights. Get up at the same time most mornings. Make sure that you're getting between 7 and 9 hours of sleep every night. I promise you this can have a huge impact on your success with weight loss. So those are 10 effective ways to stop carb cravings and reach your weight loss goals. And just a reminder, you need carbohydrates in your diet. Please do not eliminate, restrict, or demonize carbohydrates. That is definitely going to backfire and you're not going to be able to lose the weight and keep it off long term. We want to eat a healthy, balanced diet, carbs included. But all of these tips and tricks will just help minimize those carb cravings and help you stay on track. Let me know down below if you have any other tips and tricks for us. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, turn your bell on because I do upload new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. I will link nutrition coaching down in the description box along with Just Better Fiber and links and discounts to my other favorite healthy things. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.